Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School. I'm Stevie.
And I'm Minnie.
And today and tomorrow, we are looking at our English on Campus lesson, with today's dialogue being about attending a campus lecture or going to some sort of speech or a class on campus.
那我们呢，今天明天的主题是在校园英文里面，我们主题是要讲校园讲座，也就是 lecture。老师刚刚有讲到这个字哦，其实就是要去听一个演讲或听一堂课的意思。
Yeah, lecture is a word that we often hear having to do with learning something. Like if somebody might be doing a speech somewhere, and that would just be going and listening to them talk about a subject.But usually when we use the word lecture, we are talking about like a class or a speech that is designed to help us learn something.
那老师刚刚特别提到说 speech 跟 lecture 它有一些许差异。通常我们说 speech 就是单方面我们是听众，我们在听别人讲一个演讲。但是如果用 lecture 的话，通常我们去的一个很明显的目的就是我们要去学习一样新的东西。
So,In our conversation today, we have Rebecca and Mr. Hong. Now, Rebecca's English teacher, Mr. Hong, is having a conversation with her. They're talking about something.
好，那我们呢，今天的对话有 Rebecca 跟她的老师 Mr. Hong 洪老师。那洪老师正在与他交谈。
So Rebecca says, "Hi, Mr. Hong."So this is pretty easy.
没错，就是一个打招呼。
Is there something you want to discuss with me? So is there something you want to talk about with me?
那这一句的话，他说，请问有什么是跟我讨论的吗？ Discuss with someone， 我们也可以，刚刚老师有示范说，也可以说 talk with someone.
Also, in this sentence, we can tell that Mr. Hong probably asked Rebecca to come to his office or wherever they are, to his classroom, because she says, hi, did you want to talk to me about something? So he probably asked her to come or to stay after class.
那从这个句子我们可以分析出来说，可能是老师请 Rebecca 来，就是一个像是一个 meeting 一个会议这样子，要去讨论一件事情。
So Mr. Hong says, hello, Rebecca.Yes, please have a seat. So when somebody says, please have a seat, they're not telling you to take the seat. Okay? They're telling you, please sit down.
那在这边第二句他说，你好 Rebecca， 是的，请坐。那这边老师刚刚有特别讲 have a seat， 不是代表说叫你要搬椅子或者是搬座位，不是。
送给你了。
呀，送给你这张椅子。没有 have a seat 其实是 please sit down， 就是请你坐下的意思。
Ooh, now, if a teacher asks you to their office or classroom and says, please sit down.
Uh-oh.
Usually, yeah. Even in Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, uh-oh.
Yeah, detention.
What's wrong? What happened?
Yes.
And so, Rebecca says, I hope I'm not in trouble. I hope I'm not in trouble. In trouble is, well,If you're in trouble, you have a little bit of a problem. Okay? 有一些麻烦。It could be all kinds of trouble.
没错，所以这一句话他说，我希望我没有惹麻烦。没错，因为当别人说，你来啦，好，那请坐，大家想说，请坐是要讲什么很 serious 很严重的问题吗？对，所以 Rebecca 这时候才会说，希望我没有惹麻烦 in trouble.
Yeah. And I don't know if, do Taiwanese mothers say this? I heard this, I was very, I don't want to say naughty, 但是真的有一点顽皮 when I was a child. The word we would probably use is mischievous. And that's a big word. You don't have to learn it, students, but it means a little naughty. And so the thing I was scared of when I was little is to hear my mother say, you're in trouble.
Oh.
Because she would say that.I would come in the door and she said, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I think in Taiwan we say, 你完蛋了. Oh, yeah, 你完蛋了.
你完蛋了. You're finished.
Yes.
You're 完蛋了. Done egg. 但是我们英文不会这样说.
对.
Yeah.
So I guess in trouble 比较接地气的翻译就是完蛋了.
Yeah, 你完蛋了. What did I do?
Yeah.
But Rebecca is lucky, or maybe she's just a really nice, good girl. Because Mr. Hong says, oh, no, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that means, no, you're not in, it's nothing like trouble.
Yeah. 所以那个 that 有点像是一个代名词，指的是上面我们提过的 in trouble。所以这时候洪老师特别指出来，哦，不是你想象的那样，就代表，哦，没有，你没有麻烦。
So, Rebecca says, oh, whew, that's a relief. Now, relief in Chinese could be translated several ways. How would you say relief?
放松，松一口气。
Yeah.
Yeah.
松一口气在这里比较
对。
Yeah. So, she says, oh, that's a relief. We might also say, oh, thank goodness.
就是谢天谢地没事了的感觉。
Or, as you said, if somebody goes, whew, that's a relief, 就是松一口气。So, when Sam told me to come see you, I was a bit scared. Okay, when Sam might be Rebecca's classmate or a friend. So, Mr. Hong probably asked Sam to tell Rebecca to come to his class. So Rebecca says, oh, when Sam told me to come to see you or told me you wanted to see me, we could say it that way as well. I was a bit scared. I was worried.
所以在这个句子呢，他说山姆要我来见你时，我吓到了。老师刚刚这边有提到有不一样的讲法，因为 Sam 我们在这边可以揣测他可能是 Rebecca 的朋友或者是同学。那你可以说老师刚刚有说 Sam told me to come see you or
you wanted to see me.
你要见我或者是我要来见你，所以那个主词跟受词的地方稍微颠倒一下也是都可以使用。那老师刚刚有特别讲到 a bit scared 这边的 scared 我吓到了，也可以说我担心，所以我们可以用 worried.
Yeah, we could say worried, which is in the next sentence, or I was a little nervous.
Nervous 紧张。
Yeah, Nervous. So now Mr. Hong says, no, there's nothing to be worried about. And here again, we could change the words. No, there's nothing to be scared about, or there's nothing to be nervous about. Actually, I have some good news, or I have some good news for you.
所以这边呢，洪老师就特别讲了，不，没有什么好担心的。You don't need to worry, you don't need to be scared, you don't need to be nervous about anything, okay? 那其实呢，我有一个好消息。
Rebecca says, oh, what is it?
哦，是什么呢？
Mr. Hong says, well, there's a lecture at our school next week. Okay? There's a lecture at our school next week.
那这边就是指说，下周我们学校会有一场 lecture 讲座。
Honestly, does that sound like really great news?
Well, I mean, if you are a good student, maybe it's a good news. Or maybe if you can skip like math class.
Maybe. So there's a lecture at our school next week. It'll be delivered by a professor from a top university. So it'll be is just it will be. It will be delivered by a professor from a top university. So when we could say it will be given, G-I-V-E-N, but deliver, usually when we see this word in Chinese, we think of,
Food Panda.
Yeah, Food Panda, delivery, 送什么东西, right?
对。
But often we'll say when a speech is given, it's delivered. And you'll learn about that when you do speeches. They will talk about your delivery, like how you did in the speech, how well you did. Were you nervous? Did you understand what you're talking about? These things. So it'll be given or delivered by a professor, that's a college university teacher, from a top university.
所以这个句子他说他也就是指前面我们讲过的 lecture 讲座。那这个讲座呢是由顶尖大学的教授讲授。那这边的 deliver 这个字老师刚刚有说可以用 given， 因为是别人就是带给你一场讲座。但是我们在讲演讲这个领域的时候常常会用 deliver 去形容这个讲者在台上面他做的这个活动，包含他的台风，包含他的内容，包含他的简报技巧等等的，我们就会用 delivery 或 deliver 这个动词去做包装。
You can also use this word for like if you're doing a stage show. If you're acting on stage, oh, her delivery was great.
有点像 performance 表现的感觉。
有点像 performance 他的表现，他的舞台魅力。Like that kind of thing. So this is a professor from a top university. I think you might be interested in it. I think you might be interested in this
lecture. 所以这边 interested in 可以稍微把它做一个记号，因为当我们对什么东西表达兴趣的时候，后面通常会用 in 这个字，所以这一句话就是说，我想你可能对此，也就是这个 lecture 感兴趣。
Now Rebecca says, because he said, I think you might be interested.
Yeah.
So Rebecca says, really? You think
真的吗？
Yeah, really? Why is that?
这是为什么呢？
Yeah, why would I be interested in it?
我是一个学生耶。
Okay, we'll take a quick break right here, and we'll be right back with part 2 of our dialogue. Okay, we are back, and remember we just talked about Rebecca visiting Mr. Hong, who is her teacher, and he's telling her, oh, you may be interested in a lecture at our school next week. And Rebecca says, huh? Why? Now, Mr. Hong answers her. He says, the topic or the subject. We could say that as well. subject. The topic will be the importance of students getting enough sleep.
好所以呢这个演讲主题是学生获得足够的睡眠这个重要性，所以这个 importance 这个字是从 important 把那个 c 改成 t 哦。
Yes, the importance of students. Now I would think maybe Rebecca is thinking, why? Do you think I don't sleep enough?
Or do you think I'm always late or something?
But Rebecca says, oh, didn't we discuss that in class last week? Didn't we talk about that in class last week?
所以他用 didn't 否定开头，他其实意思就是表达说，我们上周上课的时候不是讨论过吗？其实就是强调说我们上周上课的时候就讨论过这个主题。
Mr. Hong says, yes, that's right. Yes, we did talk about this subject last week.
没错，是的，没错，我们上周的确讨论过这个主题的意思。
I think you expressed interest in this topic. So, well, I think if I remember correctly, you expressed interest in this topic. When you express interest, it means you showed interest. You seemed to be interested in it.
那这一句话他说，我认为你对这个主题展现了兴趣，所以当我们用 express 这个字的时候，它其实就代表说 show 展现出。
Now, when we talk about express in other ways, it means like express, like 快递. Like fast,
对，
right?
很快速的。
Yeah, 快速的. But when you're talking about showing an interest, it's expressing an interest because you're expressing how you feel.
所以当我们在讲说兴趣啊、喜好啊，那就 express 就代表你展现、你表达的意思。
You mentioned that you want to help teenagers improve their sleep quality in the future. So you mentioned this. Last week, when we were talking about this, you mentioned, you said something about this. And you said that you want to help teenagers improve their sleep quality in the future, make their sleep quality better.
所以这个句子他说你提到你希望在未来 in the future 能够帮助青少年提高睡眠品质，所以老师这边有特别提到说 mention 这个动词其实就代表说你曾经提到曾经讲过的意思。
Now I'm really curious about what she is studying. Is she studying like psychology? 心理学. She's studying how not to fall asleep in philosophy class. No, I'm kidding. So you said you wanted to help teenagers have better sleep quality. And Rebecca says, yes, that's one of my goals. That's one of the things that I want to do or accomplish.
那 Rebecca 这边说是啊，这是我的目标之一，所以我们这边可以看到 one of my goals 这个 goals 有加 s 代表它众多目标的其中一个。
So Mr. Hong says, this lecture will be very helpful for you. And you will also gain more knowledge about sleep. Now, Mr. Hong, he speaks very formally.
很正式。
Yeah, 他讲话很正式。So he could say, this lecture will help you, will be very helpful for you, and you will also gain more knowledge. We could say, and you will also learn a lot about sleep or learn more about sleep. But to gain more knowledge, it's a great sentence, but it's very formal.
所以这个句子他说这场讲座对你来说会非常有益，然后你也会获得很多关于睡眠的知识，所以这边的 gain more knowledge 这个 gain gain 其实就有点像 get 得到的意思。
So Rebecca said, what should I do to attend the lecture? What do I need to do if I want to attend or go to the lecture?
所以我该做什么才能参加讲座呢？
Mr. Hong says you can register for it right here. So you can register. Register is basically, we have to register for a lot of things.
Yeah.
If you want to see the doctor, you have to register first.
挂号.
And that's 挂号, right? If you want to register for school classes.
注册.
Yeah. So here, you can register for it right here. We could also say you could sign up.
Sign up, 报名.
Yeah, right here. You can register for it right here. You can register for it with me.
所以这边这句话就是说你可以在这里报名讲座。那所以老师刚刚有特别提到另外一个很重要的动词片语叫 sign up, S-I-G-N 然后空格 U-P, sign up.
Yeah. And we call that sign up because you're signing your name.
Yeah.
It's next Wednesday during the lunch break.
所以这时间在下周三午休时间。
So you still have to go to math class.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's next Wednesday during the lunch break. And Rebecca says, okay, I'll go.
好的，我会去。这边 I'll go 这个一撇 LL 其实就是未来式。
Thank you for telling me about it.
谢谢你告诉我这件事。
And the teacher says, it's the least I can do.
就代表举手之劳而已，顺便而已。
Yeah, it's the least I can do. It just means, it's just very small effort. It's just something I should do. No problem.
No problem.
And now people can sign up, which is great because this is for my class. So now what's going to happen? Will Rebecca go to a lecture about sleep?
睡眠讲座 Rebecca 会去吗？直接先睡着。
Sorry. That's all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time, actually tomorrow, and we'll find out what happens. Bye.
Bye.